In an effort to determine whether or not the allegation made in the prior two videos can be substantiated, and which forensic method might be used to prove or disprove that diamonds found in Epstein's mansion are a billionaire serial murderer's version of a trophy, I called one of the world's premier diamond memorial companies. The following is a recording of that phone call. I apologize for the low volume and quality of the recording. I processed it to the limit my software allows. The information gained is certainly worth the trouble.
Thank you for calling Algordanza. This is Christina. How can I help you?
How you doing, Christina? My name is David Trent, and I don't even know how to start this conversation. I ran across your similar websites a long time ago. I was aware of the ability of someone to memorialize a loved one by turning their ashes into a diamond, and I'm Christian, and a lot of people of my faith persuasion don't believe in cremation for one reason or another. There's no biblical admonition that I can find against it, and I look at it this way. My God created the universe from nothing, and He's perfectly capable of reconstructing anything from wherever it went to. I don't even know how to. The reason I'm calling is this. I ran across something. First of all, let me tell you what I'm trying to do here. I run a YouTube channel called Whirlwind Revolt, and it's a conservative news channel, and we cover different things. And I'm sure you're familiar with the Jeffrey Epstein case. There has been allegations that the diamonds that were found in his safe when they raided his Manhattan apartment were memorials of children that they had sacrificed. And when that allegation hit, it kind of fit the profile of a serial killer taking trophies of his victims. And it just hit me to a certain extent that somebody would take a concept that is, a loving concept of somebody trying to memorialize their loved one and turning it into something vile, a trophy of sorts. And I just need some information. And I went through your website, and I know it says that the diamonds that you guys do are indistinguishable from real ones. Is that true? Can you tell the difference between a diamond that's created from ashes and a diamond that's dug out of the ground, say?
The short answer is no. The reason for that is because essentially we're recreating Mother Nature in the way that natural diamonds form deep within the earth. So basically when we receive the cremated remains from a client, we put them through a filtration that separates all of the carbon from the inorganic material. And then this carbon is put inside a machine that recreates this high temperature and high pressure. And the longer that the diamond spends within the machine, the bigger it can become, just like a natural diamond found in the earth. So with the process that we use and the filtration process that we use, the element boron attaches itself to the carbon element, and it can make the diamond appear like it has a hue of blue, like it's a blue coloration. And
okay.
The hue of blue can range. They can look crystal clear or white, and they can get very deep blue. And so a natural diamond found in the earth, a blue diamond is possible, but it's very, very rare. Whereas with the process that we use, usually they have a hue of blue of some sort. And each diamond is unique, just like natural diamonds. So really the memorial diamonds that we create synthetically are actual diamonds. they have the same molecular structure as a natural diamond, um, and they're indistinguishable. Now, we also, something specific to Algordanza, we inscribe with a laser an identification number on the girdle of the diamond, and it's how we audit our process. The ID is assigned at the beginning, and then it's inscribed in the diamond, so the client can always identify it.
Okay. To your knowledge, does everybody that does this do that, or is it just something that you guys do?
I don't think so. I don't think that there's another memorial diamond company that does. They certainly don't publish information about it or discuss it. To my knowledge, no.
Because I'm just trying to ascertain what the forensics would be if you found one of these diamonds in someone's possession. Apparently, from what you're telling me, if it came from your company, it would be inscribed with a number or some kind of identification that would enable law enforcement to trace it back to the company that created it, or by the hue of the diamond to determine that, hey, if you took that diamond and a real diamond to a pawn shop and they put it on one of those little machines that they can resonate the diamonds with, you can take a zirconium and bring it to a pawn shop, and they can tell you with the little thing that they touched the diamond with. They can tell the resonance of that stone is not a real diamond. And if they do that with your diamonds, you're telling me that it would be indistinguishable from one that's naturally taken out of the ground?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
That's.
And with that, keep in mind though, so as far as the cost of a memorial diamond versus a natural diamond or a diamond used in a jewelry store, the memorial diamond does not even compare in price. It's far more expensive. So it's not something that someone like the layman would collect these or be able to make them. Like, we're not, because I've had the question, if people can donate their cremated remains to our process. And that's sort of the opposite. So each diamond has to be grown individually inside of a growing cell, inside of the machine, isolated alone. And each diamond can take a matter of weeks or months to grow. So the process itself is very expensive. So it can, for a 0.25, or to give you a better idea, so for a 1 carat memorial diamond with Algordanza, our price is $23,000.
Okay.
Now, a 1 carat diamond in a jewelry store, you're looking maybe a couple of $1,000s, depending on the grade.
Okay. Well, that's very helpful. Now, if somebody brings you, I hate to keep asking questions, but I'm trying to dig for this, because I think that somebody who turns a concept such as yours, the company that you do, to memorialize somebody, in a loving way, and take that and corrupt it so vilely that it's beyond description. I'm trying to figure out, how to approach this from a forensic standpoint. If I was somebody in law enforcement and I came across a bag of diamonds, how do I determine whether these came from this guy's victims? And I'm running into conflicting things here. So your diamonds, you're telling me, are indistinguishable from natural diamonds, which is a big plus, which is a big minus forensically, because if I can't tell the difference, then I can't make the assertion or the allegation. But if every company would inscribe the diamonds with a serial number that it came from this company, then it would be a forensic plus, because then I could take that serial number and trace it back and say, whose body does this belong to? And I'm assuming that there has to be some kind of death certificate or some kind of paperwork involved that, I don't know. You bring somebody ashes it's dirt. I mean, do you need a death certificate or some kind of proof that this is the remains of this person, or can somebody just bring you ashes just willy nilly and have you turn it into a diamond? Is what I'm trying to get at.
Well, well, what we do with at Algordanza is we don't require a copy of the death certificate.
You don't?
But what we do not. What we do require is the information of the deceased, their first and last name, their birth date, the day that they passed, and then we always require the name of the crematory or the funeral home.
Okay.
Confirmed with the funeral director. So the death certificate is issued by the funeral home, and the information that we receive from our client is always confirmed with the funeral director at the funeral home. And that's enough for us. Some funeral directors ship the death certificate with the cremated remains if they ship directly from the funeral home. Most of them do. But there are clients who have had the ashes in their possession for maybe years and years, and the cremation took place 10 years ago. And they send the ashes to us directly. The funeral director doesn't. And if they don't send us a copy of the death certificate, then we confirm the information still with the crematory or the funeral home.
Very good. Thank you very much.
Okay, you're welcome. I hope that helps.
I tell you, I would put this conversation on one of my videos, and with your permission, and I will put your number out there so anybody who has any questions can call you. Is that okay with you?
Sure. Yes, absolutely it is. Thank you so much.
Okay. Well, thank you so much, because I'm a Christian, but I believe my God has power over everything. I believe He has power over every atom in the universe, and whether you burn it, whether you shoot it into space, whether you drown it in the ocean, really doesn't matter, because this body is not you. This body is not me. I'm me in a body, and when the body wears out, the consciousness and the spirit and the soul goes somewhere else that's indestructible. That's what I believe, and whatever you do to the body really doesn't matter. But I think it's a great concept that you can memorialize somebody by turning it into something that's permanent. That's something that's you can look at and I don't know, relive the memory of that person in life. And for somebody to do what is alleged to have been done, I think is the grossest sin that you could ever commit. Thank you very much for your help. I really appreciate it.
Okay, you're welcome. Thank you. Have a good day.
Have a good day.
Okay.
Hello, this is Dave from Net4Truth USA Whirlwind Revolt. I think that Christina had provided us with some very valuable information. And some of you might think, well, I'm spending too much time on this diamond thing. But I have a very sneaky system. I mean, I don't usually work like this. I usually work with provable facts or things that make sense. But evil doesn't make sense sometimes. You say, why would somebody do something like this? Well, you have to put yourself in their headspace. If you've got $1 billion, $20,000 for a diamond is nothing. Is nothing. And we learned that these diamonds that are created from ashes of people who have passed on are orders of magnitude more expensive than natural diamonds that would be dug out of the ground. So that's a good piece of information to know. We also learned that at least one company laser engraves their diamonds with serial numbers that can be traced back to the company and ultimately back to the funeral home that provided the remains. I really, at this point, am at a loss. I'm going to have to sit on this for a while and determine what the best method of investigation is, since no other information is forthcoming, at least at this point, from what they found in that safe in Epstein's New York apartment. But I have a sneaky feeling. I mean, I don't get sneaky feelings like this very often. I'm not a feely guy, okay? I'm not a feely guy. I work on evidence. I work on things that I can prove, or at least provide the preponderance of evidence for. But this is one of those exceptions that just creeps me out. It creeps me out. And because it creeps me out, and because this guy is so creepy, and I know that the depths of evil that these people are capable of is unfathomable by a normal human brain, leads me to go down this road. I'm not going to spend full time on it, but I am going to pursue it, because I believe that if this is the case, we will have people who possess these diamonds that were part of these rituals. And if they're marked and they can be identified as remains, we'll go down that investigative path if and when we come to it. But I think this is the portal to another deep, dark abyss of a rabbit hole that, quite frankly, I don't think I have the time left on this planet to pursue. And we'll leave that up to the community. And I'm sure, as more people share this video, and the 2 videos before it, I'll leave those links in the description, that something can be made of it, or hopefully somebody proves me wrong. I would love to be wrong about everything I've said for the last 3 years. I would love to be wrong, because that proves that I'm crazy and the world is a lot better place than what I imagine it to be. But I don't think that's the case. I think this evil has been around since time immemorial, and we just haven't seen it because we, up until social media, could not corroborate ideas and could not add to others' knowledge and others' pursuits of the truth, so to speak. We've uncovered a lot of crap in the last 3 years. And I got a feeling that this is just the tip of the tip of the tip of the iceberg. Prove me wrong. Please, if you can, support this channel. Any amount helps. We've got t-shirts, and my books are available. And if you have any questions, my contact information follows the closing of this video. Thank you very much for listening. Thank you for your prayers, and thank you very much for your support. Please subscribe to our backup channels, Whirlwind Revolt, Inglorious Patriots, and Net4Truth USA 2 Patriot channel. You can also find us at Net4Truth USA on BitChute. We fly so close to the target, we're on our 4th fighter jet. We will be relentless truth seekers until the enemies of freedom are defeated. You can support this channel by using the links in the description, but for a $100 donation, I will personally send you a autographed hardcover special edition copy of Land of Childhood's Fears. Also, visit my bookstore at lulu.com/Net4Truth USA. If you are viewing this video on BitChute, you can use the links in the description to support us, or simply click the green $ dot on our video to support this channel. Thank you. Links are in the description section.